For most of the season, everyone acted like everything was fine. They smiled for the cameras. They spoke in cautious, polite terms. They chalked it up to growing pains and the usual adjustments. But beneath the surface, something was breaking. And it wasn't Caitlin Clark, it was the system around her. So when Charles Barkley finally spoke, it didn't feel like a hot take. It felt like someone who had been observing quietly and finally reached the end of their patience. He said something simple, but powerful. "You should be thanking her." Those words hit harder than any debate all season. Not because they were praise, but because they were a reality check. Barkley was calling out the pretense, telling everyone to stop complicating the obvious. Caitlin Clark didn't create a problem. She exposed one. From the moment she joined the league, the attention followed her in ways that made people uneasy, not because attention is bad, but because it revealed something the league wasn't ready to face. Fans don't rally around logos, they rally around players. And Clark wasn't just another name on a roster. She was already a phenomenon. Millions had been watching her long before she set foot on a professional court. They knew her shot, her confidence, her composure, her range. So when she arrived, fans didn't discover her, they continued following her. That distinction matters. Discovery can be managed, continuation cannot. The league expected a transitional phase, a learning curve, a moment where the hype would settle. Instead, the opposite happened.
Ooh, he said a lot. Joy, I will sound off quickly, and then I'm so eager to listen to what everybody else has to say. There's a very thin line between hate and facts, and what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is, if the WNBA were continued to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year. Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is, without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark has gotten them today. Okay, we've talked ticket sales and we've talked viewership. Now let's talk about regular season viewership, not draft viewership. Regular season viewership, it grew by 20%.
Every arena felt different when she stepped on the court. Not louder, different. Phones were out before warm-ups even began. People who normally ignored matchups suddenly leaned in. That's when the tension started, not from the fans, but from within. Some thrived in the attention. Others felt threatened by it. Instead of embracing the moment, the league tried to control it. They preached humility. They emphasized fitting in. They stressed earning your place. But fans don't wait for permission, they decide for themselves. And they chose Caitlin Clark. Resistance didn't erupt all at once. It crept in, piece by piece. Her impact was questioned, her demeanor scrutinized, rookie mistakes blown up as evidence she was overrated. Even USA Basketball added fuel, leaving her off the roster, downplaying her significance, implying the future would be the same without her. That move didn't silence the conversation, it only amplified it.
This game, she was chosen, like Joy said, and there's nothing you can do about that.
And that's crazy, like everything y'all are saying, you know what that means? She's the GOAT. Y'all just giving GOAT facts. You just talked about nobody's really watching, now they watching. Right? You get chartered planes now? Like, come on, the things you said, the things you just said, that's GOAT behavior, that's GOAT stats. And then everybody hates on the GOAT. Think about it, right? It was a time where everybody loved Michael Jordan. It was a time where people started hating on Michael Jordan, right? Was he gambling too much? Was this and that third? You talk about LeBron James. I mean, we already know his path. Kobe Bryant. When you to go to some people who hate on it, Magic Johnson, right? So I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just funny though, because it's like, you should be happy. The other day I was at a restaurant, very nice restaurant, And, typically they have like at the bar, they have like ESPN or Fox, and they have this going on, that going on. They had Caitlyn on there. And you should see people that was all engaged. Older women, older gentlemen, right? Different races. And I'm sitting back, it's like, because, I do this for a living, so I'm like, wow, this girl has really changed the game. And she doesn't have any championships. She don't have any all WNBAs, right? She don't have none of that, player of the year. She don't none of that. She's just really, really nice. She went from college to being nice, now I'm in the pros, and now I'm uplifting the game. And we all should be thankful. I go to the barbershop, that's the biggest talk show ever, is the barbershop, right? Especially in the hood. They talk about little LeBron and the Lakers. They talk about little Jason Tatum and the Celtics. You know what else they talking about? Little Kyrie Irving and Luka. But the last and maybe the biggest conversation is Caitlyn Curry.
Yeah.
Clark.
And not only that, like, these teams...
It amplified everything. While committees debated, fans kept their eyes on her. While critics tried to spin stories, networks saw the numbers climb. Then the situation crossed a line. When Caitlyn Clark stepped into NBA spaces, the reaction was immediate. NBA crowds paid attention, not politely, not casually, fully. People weren't just noticing her, they were locking in. That's when it became clear, this wasn't just a women's basketball story anymore. This was a basketball story. And basketball audiences are ruthless. They don't care about politics. They don't care about hierarchy. They care about presence. Caitlyn Clark had it. The NBA crowd didn't follow her because someone told them to. They followed her because she felt real. That moment changed everything. Once NBA audiences validate a player, there's no turning back. It's the ultimate test in basketball culture. And she passed, effortlessly. Calm, prepared, speaking the game like someone who truly understood it. Millions watched. That's when the narrative flipped. The league wasn't introducing Caitlyn Clark to the world. The world was forcing the league to catch up. That gap created friction, not from everyone, but from some. You could feel it in the coverage, in the hesitation, in the awkward framing that tried to downplay what was happening. Charles Barkley didn't play that game. He saw the situation clearly and called out what everyone else was tiptoeing around. Why are you treating this like a problem? Why are you acting petty? Why aren't you thankful? Because when someone brings new eyes, new money, new respect, and fresh energy to a sport, the right response isn't suspicion, it's gratitude. Barkley's words mattered because he's seen this before. He's watched leagues mishandle stars. He's seen jealousy stall growth. He's seen systems punish the very people keeping them alive. He recognized the pattern. Caitlyn Clark wasn't failing, the system was. While critics debated her tone, fans showed up.
Example, for the first time probably ever, that a player has gone from college, from a major college like Notre Dame, to the WNBA, and in their rookie season became more well known in the WNBA. That was a relative unknown in the grand scheme of things. Yes, people that were really involved know who Sonia Citron is. It's like people who are really involved know who Olivia Miles is. But Sonia Citron became a much bigger name after she was in the WNBA, which is a rare thing to happen, which is really rare to happen.
So, you see tremendous amount of talent, and I think you ask what have they done right? I don't.
When she played, viewership soared. When she didn't, it flattened. That doesn't mean other players don't matter, it means stars matter most. Every sport has them. Basketball has never pretended otherwise. So why was this different? Because Caitlyn Clark didn't follow the script. She didn't wait her turn. She didn't downplay her talent. She didn't apologize for the attention. She simply existed, and that existence forced everyone else to react. Some reacted with pride, some with insecurity, some with silence. The fans reacted with loyalty. And loyalty is terrifying because it can't be redirected. Once fans commit to a player, they don't unsee them. They don't forget them. They don't accept substitutes. That's why leaving her off the USA team felt so wrong. It wasn't just a basketball decision, it was a statement. And fans rejected it. They didn't turn away from Caitlin Clark. They turned away from the decision-makers. That's when the backlash began, not with loud outrage, but with disappointment. And disappointment is deadly. Disappointed fans don't argue, they disengage. And disengagement is what kills leagues. Charles Barkley saw it coming. That's why his words landed so hard. He wasn't just defending a player, he was defending common sense. You don't push away the person bringing people in. You don't humble the one elevating the stage. You don't punish the superstar who makes everyone else more visible. Caitlin Clark never asked to be the face of anything. She became it. And instead of protecting that moment, the league hesitated. They tried to spread the spotlight evenly, but spotlights don't work that way. They follow energy. And energy was following her. The NBA crowd reaction proved it. You could feel it through the screen. The attention wasn't polite, it was focused, curious, respectful. NBA fans weren't watching out of obligation. They were watching because they wanted to. That is ultimate validation. Once that happened, the season changed forever. The compare.
30 years ago did not experience the same things that guys are experiencing now. They're not getting these checks. They're not, the CBA is better every single time. That's how it works. That's how progress works. So she's doing everything that she's supposed to do, and she also didn't ask for this. She just happened to be the one.
And not only that, for me, like,
we call her Messiah? She's the Messiah. She's saving that game.
If you sacrilegious,
like,
yeah.
we sit in the locker room and we say, man, how he get that money? How he get that? Or he ain't that good or whatever. Like, that happens, right? So I can understand, Acho, you play linebacker, you could be like, man, I feel like I'm better than this linebacker and he making more money than me. Shady was the highest paid running back in football. It was somebody before him. He probably thought he was better than him. You know what I'm saying? And he's making more money. Caitlin Clark making the same bread as y'all on this basketball court.
Well, not off of it.
On the basketball, but I'm just saying, we're talking on court.
Can we?
She didn't attack critics. She didn't call out USA Basketball. She didn't respond to Barkley. She stayed calm. And that calm made everything else louder because while others scrambled to explain, she just kept showing up, playing, competing, carrying herself like someone who understood the long game. That patience told fans everything they needed to know. She didn't need validation. She already had it from the crowd, from the numbers, from the reaction she got everywhere she went. This wasn't about one season. This was about direction. The direction of attention, the direction of culture, the direction of women's basketball, and the direction was clear. Follow her. That doesn't mean the league is over. It means the league has a choice. Embrace the superstar who brought new eyes or fight her and lose those eyes. Charles Barkley didn't need to say much. His message was simple. Stop being petty. Start being thankful. Because moments like this don't come often. And when they do, how you handle them defines your future. Caitlin Clark didn't ruin anything. She exposed what needed to change. And the fans noticed. The NBA crowd noticed. The world noticed. The only question left is whether the people in charge will catch up. Because whether they like it or not, Caitlin Clark has already moved the game forward calmly, patiently, unstoppably.